Hey everybody, Robocon here, coming back at you with another sort of Convallaria video. And today I want to talk to you about GARCIA, our Papal States judge, who is a seeker. She does not play like Cole, who is a little murder missile that's going to run out there on her own and just like kill two enemies and then go hide and rinse and repeat. She is very much an executioner type character that wants to synergize with the rest of the team to be able to do what she needs to do. She's also a build-up character. What I mean by that is she snowballs. The longer and longer the game progresses and the more and more turns go on, the stronger and stronger she gets. So off the gate, she is not as strong as she is like turn 3, 6, 9, etc. And let's take a look at that. Before we go any further, though, please like and subscribe to my video. I would appreciate it very much. It helps me out a bunch. If you have any questions or comments in regards to this video or GARCIA in general, please leave them down below and I will get back to you. So getting back into it, like always, attributes. She's pretty middling with most attributes. Her physical attack is up there. She has decent defense, decent HP. Her initiative is pretty good as well, which lets her get in a good position to set up plays, which means she can act before some other DPSs, and then they get to go. And as long as she's in the right spot, she can do what she needs to do. Let's take a look at her trait. Her trait is called Executioner, and that is exactly what she is. She plays very much like an executioner. She wants to finish off characters. At the start of the turn, GARCIA gains 1 stack of rotational acceleration, which gives her each stack 4% attack and defense. Up to 6 stacks. When reaching 3 stacks, increases crit by 15%. This is great, but it takes a little bit to ramp up, as we can see. So you only start with 1 stack at the start of the turn, and you're going to take a while to get up here. Now, there are other ways to do this. There's a base skill she comes with that helps her, but we'll take a look at that in a second. Let's look at her stars. Her stars are really important. She's a character that does benefit from having many dupes. She gets very, very strong and much easier to play when she has dupes. And let's look at why. So if we go to her 2-star for her dupes, crit goes up to 30% when she reaches 3 stacks. And she also gains 1 stack at the beginning of the battle. So now she's already at 2 stacks out the gate when she starts. She has a skill that can give her another stack. So we might actually be able to get her rotational acceleration up and her getting this crit going by the time you use her a second time, which is great. 3-star, we now are able to get 9 stacks of rotational acceleration. Crit is still increased by 30 at 3 stacks, and now she gets crit damage at 15 when at 6 stacks. Again, just adding to the fact that we want to power her up, get the kills, get the rotational acceleration stacks as quickly as possible. Taking a look at her 4-star, this is actually a real big breakpoint for her because not only does crit damage go up to 30% at 6 stacks, she now gets 2 stacks of rotational acceleration at the beginning of the battle, which means her first turn, she's already at 3 stacks, gaining this crit by 30, which is awesome. At her 5-star, which is kind of less beneficial, she starts to, when at 9 stacks, she ignores target's block and 40% defense. I mean, that's still strong, but 9 stacks is a long ways out. Even if we start with 3 and we have to gain them over the course of just turns and using skills, it takes a while to build up. That's why she, at the beginning, like out the gate, she's not a great character. She doesn't rank very high because she needs all these stars in her kit to really make her shine and really get that rev up going for her. So let's take a look at her abilities. Execution time is her base ability. It's a 2 energy cost. Physical damage, single target attack. GARCIA gains 120% damage. She gains 1 stack of rotational acceleration when defeating the target. Which means, again, playing into the executioner role. She wants to be killing and finishing stuff off. If she has 6 stacks of rotational acceleration before attacking, her damage is increased by 45%. Again, this becomes deadlier as we get more stacks. We want to get stacks quicker. So she really benefits from having stars, which means she's kind of a like whale character, or she's someone you're going to have in your pocket and you're going to have to invest a ton of time getting memory shards for, which is kind of off-putting and why I think she's lower on the tier list. Let's take a look at her ranks though. So at rank 1, we have 2 options. Lock On, which I think is the preferred option. Passive at the start of the turn inflicts physical defense down, which is a decrease in physical defense by 40% on the enemy with the highest P attack within 6 tile radius around the character for 1 turn. So we're decreasing debuff on a potential character that we're going to want to kill. We're going to want to execute and get the rotational acceleration stack. I think this is the money and where it's at. Let's look at her other. So Battle Feather, she has a passive here. After initiating an active attack, the character takes 15% less damage, dealing a crit damage. Additionally, decreases damage taken by 25% for 1 turn. This is fine and gives her some kind of like faux durability, but I don't think this is where you want to be. I think you want to be getting those rotational acceleration stacks as quickly as possible to make her deadlier and deadlier. Rank 3, we have 2 good options. This option right here, the hook shot, is really good for PvP. It's an instant that debuffs. Select 1 enemy within a 4 range cross shape around the character, drags them to the character, and inflicts no reaction skills for 1 turn. She works. Her kit is big on this cross shape, so you're going to want to keep an eye on that. This is fine. I think it works better for PvP, but we have another kind of grab move that we're going to want to use down the road that kind of synergizes with her being an executioner, and we'll look at that in a second. I do like Taste of Blood, so this is a support instant. She dispels 3 debuffs on herself, so if anything's making her hurt less, it's gone. Recovers 30% HP, we have some sustain, and gains Potential Burst, lasting for 1 turn. Potential Burst, again, increases her attack and defense, and grants her no attribute debuff for 1 turn. It has a 4-turn cooldown and a 1 energy skill usage. So you're going to want to use this as like a setup. When she's in a position that she's going to be doing her thing, you pop that, and then you're good to go. Let's look at rank 5, Fatal Reaping reaction. This is the reaction I think she is kind of based around. Reaction performs assisting attack if any enemy within 3 tiles of a cross-shaped range around the character is dying. After being attacked by the character's allies, the assisting attack deals piercing damage equal to 50% of the target's lost HP. The effect can be activated up to 1 time per round. This is big, and you'll want to be popping this reaction as much as possible. So what does assisting attack do? Prepares to launch an attack on an enemy within a certain range. For her, it's 3 tiles and across. When the target is under allies' active single target attack, attacks it simultaneously. So again, when the target is under an ally's active single target attack, attacks it simultaneously. So just be aware that you can't set this up for AoEs because it's not a single target attack. Dying, of course, we know that means that the enemy is underneath 30% HP. And reduces damage dealt by 30% and increases damage taken by 30%. So these guys should be easier to kill here at the Fatal Reaping state. And then piercing damage, a specific type that refers to direct damage that ignores the target's P defense and M defense, which allows her to kill them once she pulls them in. Looking at Spinning Blade here, so this is her other grab. You're definitely going to be taking this. Physical damage, it's an instant. It does take 3 energy, but you're going to be able to follow up with an attack after this. Like if you have your full 5 energy, you could do this and then follow up with the 2 skill execution time to gain more rotational acceleration stacks. Or even if you have like 4 energy, you could do this, pull them in, pop Urgent Order, which gives you an extra energy back. Of course, you're not going to be benefiting from the speed at that time, but then you can do execution time as well. So there's ways to do it, multiple times. The other one here is Lone Ranger, passive when there's no allies within 2 tiles around the character, attack and defense increase by 8% and crit increases by 10%. She has a lot of passives. I don't like this one because I think she wants to be setting up behind characters that are doing that single target damage, so that she can then help out with Fatal Reaping and end them, be the executioner that she's supposed to be. Then we got at rank 9, Painful Cutting, replaces their basic attack, single target attack. Garcia deals 33% physical damage 3 times when used against an injured target, which means under 70%. Crit is increased by 25%. So this is awesome. It's 3 different attack sets, so you have 3 different times to crit. If it synergizes well with once you pull someone in with Spinning Blade, because hopefully you can, with Spinning Blade, get them to 70% and then follow up with the Painful Cutting. that's just going to do more damage there. The other one is Sealing Attack, deals 100% physical damage and inflicts no passive skills on injured targets before attacking, lasting 2 turns. This is fine as well. You could do the, a hook shot pull in, or the spinning blade pull in, and then do a Sealing Attack so they can't use any passives or turn off auras or stuff like that. Rank 11, taking a look at it, she has Gale Dance, which is actually going to be a skill. Physical damage, deals 75% AoE to all enemies within a 2-tile radius around the character. Before attacking, gains crit 2 for 2 turns. So this is a crit buff that lasts for 2 turns. It's kind of cheap on the energy too, but it has a long cooldown. Again, you'll want to do this maybe like as a second rank character to help out with stuff in the first rank, and then set her up for some executions after that. Another skill here, Hidden Executioner passive. If there's no ally within 1 tile of the target before attacking, inflicts Isolate and Dodge. No dodge on the target. The effect lasts 2 turns and can be activated 1 time per round. Isolate's a debuff. The character becomes immune to allies' aura effects. So that's kind of cool, turning off people's auras. But honestly, the rank 11 skills are kind of meh to me. Really, her kit is fully online, I think, once you get Painful Cutting. And this is just gravy on top, which is kind of cool. She doesn't require a bunch of rank investment and levels, which is great for early game when everyone's still trying to progress up. Her downside, like I said, is the fact that she really wants her stars to start working. Once she gets to 4-star, it really helps her out. Let's take a look at the equipment real quick, though. So Void Stab, 100% to me, best in slot, increases crit, just base, and then after every skill use, and she has several instants along with her other skills that she wants to use, increases crit damage by 5%, stacks 6 times. This is going to be the best in slot weapon. You could definitely use like Newborn Blade. You could do Precision Forged Dagger as well. I know people have that. And if you don't have that, Glittering Sword is fine, because who's going to scoff at just a fat physical attack increase by 5%? Looking at her trinkets here, I don't like Maverick's Cloak. It needs you to be 4 tiles away. She wants to play close to be that executioner and finish stuff off. You can definitely use True Lens. I know it's free. Free in the fact that everyone can get it through the Voyage Memento. It increases P attack out the gate. It's also a legendary, so it has higher base stats. So that's definitely usable. I personally like Space Time Ring. It has an instant attached to it that teleports the character behind an ally within 3 tiles and increases their attack by 2%. This is at 1 star for 1 turn. It can be used 1 time per battle. Pre-cooldown 2 turns. I think at 5 stars this goes to 2 turns per battle. I'm not 100% off the top of my head. But, this gets her to position behind allies where she can do what she wants to do, as far as like go out and grab the targets and bring them in, or finish, or be there for the reaction to finish them off. I think this is really good for her. It lets her get into the position she wants to get into. As far as Tarot Whispers, Temptation of the Devil plays into her. She gets better with acceleration stacks. She gets better with devil stacks. She gets better with void stacks from the blade. She's big on stacking, obviously, right? This plays right into it. It's going to be her best in slot. You can also play Verdict of Justice to increase crit by 15%. That's fine as well. Basically, at this point, though, it's whatever's best for you, and then we can worry about BIS down the road, right? So that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it in the comments below. I do appreciate all your assistance. Please like and subscribe if you can, and you all have a great day.